very good afternoon to everyone. I, Sajal Mishra, student of DME Media School, welcome you all to the Vibrant India series, episode 74. I also welcome all the viewers who are watching us live on Facebook. Vibrant India series is an initiative of DME Media School for celebrating 75 years of India's independence. As part of this series, we invite inspiring personalities for online talk, interview, interaction with our students. The invited personalities for this series are from all the walks of life and from all the parts of the country. Today, our special guest is Malgorzata Skiba. We welcome you, ma'am. I would like to take a moment and introduce Delhi Metropolitan Education to our viewers. DME is an A-grade educational premium institute affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, New Delhi, and approved by Bar Council of India. The institute offers BBA, BLLB, and BBLLB and BJMC programs. DME believes in imparting world-class education to its students while training them to develop and enhance their skills. This education and training enables them in taking up challenges of the industry and creating a space for themselves for their competence and vigor. DME Media School is one of the most promising media institutes in the country. It offers BA in journalism and mass communication. It is recognized as a school focused on the growth of its faculty and students through and co-curricular activities. Major flagship events and initiatives of the school include Teacher Varghese Lecture Series, Peer-to-Peer FTP, International Film Festival City, International Conference ICANN, Ritika, Commission of Media Students, VIS, Vibrant India Series, and newly added to the list is CCK, Check in Cognition with D. It is a privilege to introduce you to the personality of episode 74 of the VIS. Guest of the day is a personality radiating wisdom. Malgorzata Skiba is a Polish filmmaker living in Delhi, India. She was born in Krakow, Poland in 1973. Ms. Skiba studied film at Krakow's Jagiellonian University. She came to India 25 years ago as a filmmaker commissioned by Australia Broadcasting Corporation. Malgorzata works as a freelance director, producer based in Delhi. She has multiple international film awards to her. Her notable films are Eko Dharma on Bishnoi community of Rajasthan and Autumn in the Himalayas on Ladakhi Buddhist nuns. Other acclaimed films by Malgorzata include Chitranjali, Stephen Norblin in India on Art Deco of the Maharajas and To Give and Not to Give, an organ donation. Malgorzata married to an acclaimed Indian cinematographer, Mr. Kumar Subramaniam, and so she is daughter-in-law of India. The filmmaking approach of Malgorzata describes herself as a positive filmmaker who aims to inspire her audience to embrace life. I now request technical team to show some glimpses from her life. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us today. It is indeed an honor to host you. I now request Dr. Susmita Bala, Head DME Media School, to welcome our guest.
Thank you, Sajal. Welcome everybody to Vibrant India series in episode 74. We launched this digital program in 2021 on August 9 on the anniversary of Quit India movement, and we presented episode 50 of this program in 2022 on August 15 when India celebrated 76th Independence Day. Vibrant India series is an initiative of DME Media School, Delhi Metropolitan Education. It is an online series to get inspiration from distinguished personalities. This program has been conceptualized and created by Professor Ambrish Saxena. Vibrant India series is a tribute to all those people who have made supreme sacrifices for the independence of our motherland. This program is a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, a celebration on India completing 75 years of independence. Let us have a look at the eminent personalities who have graced this VIS during the last more than a year. 8 personalities from the Defense Forces have participated in VIS till date. These personalities belong to the Indian Army, Air Force, and BSF. 9 personalities from the education sector, comprising education planning, teaching, and research, have participated in VIS. 8 personalities from the journalism, broadcasting, and entertainment sectors have joined the VIS. 2 senior journalists, Mr. Rajesh Badal and Mr. Shambhuna Shukla, have graced this program, while Mr. Sanjay Banerjee belongs to the broadcasting industry. As commentator, Dr. Ashish Kulkarni represents the entertainment and animation industry. Mr. Sunit Tandon, an actor, news presenter, former DG of IMC, and former CEO of Lok Sabha TV, has also graced the VIS. Other personalities from the world of media include Dr. Rajesh Bhatt, Mr. Sujata Madhok, of Mr. Pankaj Saxena participated in VIS. From the social sector, 9 personalities, including 8 women, have participated in VIS. These include Dr. Monisha Behel, Dr. Mridula Tandon, Dr. Mridula Seth, Ms. Tripti S. Kingal, Ms. Vibha Lakhira, Ms. Bhavrin Kandari, Dr. Meenu Walia, Ms. Meenakshi Gupta, and Padma Shri Jitendra Singh Shanti, the founder of Bhagat Singh Seva Dal, participated in VIS. 9 personalities belong to art, theatre, and literature participated in VIS. 2 personalities from the field of law and human rights have graced the VIS sessions. 4 police officers and 5 IAS officers have also graced the VIS. 26 women have participated in 73 episodes of VIS. I have already mentioned about 8 women working in health and social sector, 1 in Air Force, 1 in human rights, 1 in theatre, 1 in education, 1 in journalism, 1 in diplomacy, and 1 in police. I also want to make a mention of Ms. Indhani Singh, a pilot, Ms. Pallavi Fauzdar, an adventure motorcyclist, Ms. Sachi Soni, Ms. Saloni Sacheti, Ms. Vandana Mahajan, Amrita Chaudhary, Meenakshi Pahuja, Dr. Bani Yadav, Dr. Parul Purohitwas, Ms. Parvati Menon, and Jyotika Ramaprasad. From the other fields, Mr. S.P. Rawal, Mr. Augustine Vallet, Sufi Sayyid Azman Nizami, Mr. Balindu Sharma Dadiji, Mr. Satish Saxena, and Mr. Ganesh Falke participated in VIS. Today, in episode 74, we have with us an inspiring personality, Ms. Malgorzata Skiba, an award-winning filmmaker of Poland who has made India her home. Welcome, Margaret, in episode 74 of Vibrant India series. Welcome you all.
Thank you, ma'am, for listing out the galaxy of experts we have hosted now in VIS. I now request Dr. Amrit Saxena, the NDMA Media School, originator and ideator of VIS, to take the program forward.
Thank you, sir. So I welcome once again in this session Madam Margareta Skiba, who belongs to India, and since she has been working in India for so long, And she is a filmmaker, and in fact, a filmmaker is of the whole universe, because the kind of subject that a filmmaker is picking up, and the people who are being reached out belong to all the countries. So to that extent, and media is obviously a thing wherein the message is reaching to everybody beyond boundaries. So we cannot put anybody's work within a particular geographical location. And we are really lucky that Madam Skiba has agreed to be part of this series. And Madam Skiba, as you would have understood about this program, we conceived this program on India completing 75 years of independence. And then it was an online program that time, because the COVID had struck and we had to do anything online only. But thereafter also we decided to keep it online only, because that gave us an opportunity to reach out to the people who were placed at different locations. And then another important aspect of this program has been that we have been inviting the people who have done really some good work on the ground and contributed significantly to society, but then the so-called celebrity tag is not there. Simple people who are doing really good work, connecting to the people. So that became our task difficult a little bit, because we were searching for all such people who could oblige us and could be part of our program. And now this program is at the fag end. There's just one episode to go, and that we have planned on 15th of August. So in the last 4-5 episodes, we were again very cautious that to catch hold of really some good people. So luckily, I got introduced to you, and this is really a a good luck for us all that you are here in this particular session. Now, talking about the whole format of the program, immediately after this introductory segment, I will request you to narrate your life journey to the audience here in a manner that there is something to get inspiration from. You can talk about all your experience. You can even tell us all those anecdotes which you feel are worth mentioning, and which can motivate the young audience that they can also follow the same path and they can also do something great, something good in their life. That will be followed by the question answers, when initially I will be putting up certain questions, but those will be in a way a request to elaborate on the points on which you would have already spoken. And then the floor will be open to the teachers and the students, and those who are willing to ask questions, they can do that, and we'll request you to please answer those questions. Now, moving forward, I will request you here to please take the session forward and narrate us your life journey, which we are eagerly waiting to listen. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and very warm welcome to everyone, and greetings and Indian greetings, namaskaram, to you, sir, to Honorable Dr. Saxena, to all faculty members, the heads, the teachers, and wonderful students. I believe this is incredible initiative of yours, the series, and really bold and beautiful, because nowadays we got a little hidden because maybe that time of pandemic we got into home space. We are not that much we don't brave ourselves and the world. So it's so wonderful that you got me also there, and I'm so inspired. And in fact, I was thinking to myself, you asked me to give a little motivational story of myself, but the opportunity in this, doing this, actually it encourages me, first of all, because it's another instance of receiving something in advance. It's like, it is like I have to rise to the occasion. I will have to earn it. It is a future. It is like it's a prepaid activity. It's a wonderful Indian concept of looking at life as, you can say, as something which we give the respect and honors to our past generations or to the future generations. So it is something which is beyond any transactions, beyond the profits and maximalizing profits with minimum, giveaways. It's just so Indian. It's for me. Probably it is the old secret that why am I here. When I came first time it was, in the last century, in 1998. That was the last Kumbh Mela of the century, and I came to Haridwar. That was that Mahakumbh in Haridwar. Like a small filmmaker from nowhere, falling from the moon almost, younger, freshly after my film school in Krakow, and I was given that much to carry, as a small person, and you are getting the thousands of years of civilization at the front of you with full trust, with the gems of those hidden yogis who are coming to take that holy deep, and the pilgrims in such numbers. It was overwhelming, totally. But I also got kind of confirmation that you are here for a reason. You are here for the reason, and I think it's very important. We shall have that connection with the moment of time. Why are we somewhere? Why are we talking to somebody in particular? They are our teachers, our guides, our, from the other side. We don't know at this very moment. It will happen, it may unfold in the future. So this is exactly my story. I had no idea what's going to happen. And the fact that I worked with my husband of today, that time we worked as professionals. He was a cinematographer. I was that small filmmaker from Poland. And it was just so unbelievable work. And on the technical levels, we are not talking any personal, equations. It was unbelievable technical heights, which I had witnessed. And when I took the material back to Austria, they had seen it is a totally, it's a full-fledged broadcast corporation of Austria with really wonderful technicians. And when they've seen this material from India, they said, with whom have you worked there? These are unbelievable people over there. They know things which we don't know. I mean, in such a messy situation of thousands of people, on the bank of the river, and we are getting pure, fantastic material, which was showcasing, everyone in far Europe, how unbelievable India is, the vibrant India of all times, because there is no time when it all started. Who knows the time? It doesn't really matter. So this was my beginning. And just as a humble professional, I came as a small girl. I will just tell you the secret. I took money from my father as a loan kind of a thing. I said, trust me, I will get it done and I will get paid. So I will give back the money. And I had to do it, I had to take that risk on me. So I think that's very important, that we have to take a risk. That first important step in life, doing something significant, it has to be gutsy. It has to be risky. Like even like this beautiful, vibrant India series, there has to be risk involved, and obviously then we are getting answered by, they used to say, people used to say, oh, somebody's lucky. I frankly don't believe there is such a thing that somebody is lucky. I think that somebody is brave. Somebody takes risk and it pays off. Simply the risk pays off. This is life. This is the wonder of being human, of doing conscious choice, of doing something. This is what all the heroes from our films had done. And very interestingly, you were just telling now that this Vibrant India series is about is with the participation of personalities, of people who achieved something in life. You can say VIPs, of different stature. I feel VIP is a very important person, but how many very important persons are on this earth? It's not possible that we are all very important persons, though we can aspire for. Obviously, we do aspire for, and that is why we take those bold steps. We do crazy investments of our time, of our energy. We produce those films, or you can say we sing the songs, we write books, and every single act is that sort of hope that it will take us somewhere. Yet, not everybody has that, you can say, time, the time and the place in the history. But I discovered in the time of my work that there is another way of being VIP. It means of being very interesting person, not necessarily very important, but very interesting person. That actually every single member of society, of the citizen of this earth, we all can be. It is just to listen to ourselves, listen to our calls, listen to our strengths, and face people, face situations, and bring it to others, share it. It's like, it's just, for example, starting from the films which you mentioned, I have done in a way from the beginning of my life here in India as wife. So that was another big, the biggest step, I believe, of kind of committing myself to India, to be part of this wonderful nation, to be part of this culture. So it has happened 2001. Now our wedding happened at 2001. It is more than 22 years today. So with the time flowing so fast, obviously, I think I became Indo-European. I became half. I became half of Polish, of European origin, and half Indian, because it's like thinking into something bigger than you, and that is so rewarding. It is so it's so exemptional that you are getting invited and you answer and you take the invite, you give yourself into it, you take all the steps which are engaging you into culture, into the science of the land, into the beauty of the land. People, my God, people and the situations are the most important in life. We have to face each other every single day. I am the only one, always only one member of non-Indian look in all our crews as a filmmakers. Wherever we have gone, to the remotest of places in Rajasthan, in Ladakh, in Tamil Nadu, in many parts of India, without knowing language, without feeling competent even to speak, to make the outreach, to make the sort of attempt of meeting people. But it is not about that. We don't have to be any scholars, to meet people. We are all citizens of Earth. We are humanity, and it doesn't really matter how do you look. Frankly, are you of any particular versality? Makes us united, makes us comfortable by just facing each other and being together. It's all very much possible. It's enriching, and it gives those opportunities to do some good things too, to create some beautiful pieces of art, or you can say, or some the films, for example, or some which can be then shared world over, during the film festivals. Obviously, this is the way to actually come out with a film that you have done some job, which is all right, which is you have not without shortcuts, without flaws, and then you come to the world, and then if they recognize your work, then it means it is pure. It's pure. And if your subject is legitimate, if you are talking about something which uplifts a certain community, or the poor ladies, for example, in Ladakh, who they were made nuns, Ladakh Buddhist nuns. They were made by the parents, by the family members, but not to send them anywhere. No monastery or nunnery. They were to stay at home and do the chores and to look after the little children in a family or the elders. So they had nothing to do. They could not do anything religious, in fact. Yet they gave everything they had to the fact of being that special person, special as you can say, given that incredible opportunity in life. They have explored even without being educated. Many times they could not read. They were just repeating the simple mantras. This much only was available to them. But yet they worked even on the roadside as the laborers to earn money to go for Buddhist teachings and to learn more, to be, to earn that title of a Buddhist nun. And, in this, when you see people of that little, you can say a little significance, with so much hardship, of such a little social profile, who are taking so much on them in, trying to emancipate, trying to rise in an extremely dignified way, then it is just, becoming smaller and smaller and smaller, and tiny camera who are talking to us. When we are documentary filmmakers, when we are doing TV content, we are mostly meeting real people. We are not writing the stories and giving to actors. We are meeting real people who are, talking as family, almost like family member, kind of. They talk true. They can get angry at us. And that is something beyond any value. And then you feel really you don't belong to any particular country or culture. As you said, sir, we are the citizens of the world. The filmmaker is not of any nationality. Absolutely. So the world is yours as it is mine. I think it's beautiful to feel that yourself. I'm telling you from my heart, it is really my experience of life. You can see also I'm a little girl, but I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm so comfortable of facing anybody, of even asking silly questions or talking something which doesn't really matter, because just being so honored that I can do it, it uplifts me, and I believe once I feel empowered, I can empower the world around me. So there's nothing which we cannot do, frankly. Consciously, unconsciously also, we speak, our bodies speak, our eyes speak. It's just that if we can, I have developed some kind of idea, which I called it think flowers, speak flowers, which, make us gentle, make us humble, and like Buddhist monks, they always bow at the Zen monks. They always say the practice is to bow at everything, at everybody, and it becomes part of our life that we celebrate everything, every moment, everybody, and ourselves. We love ourselves as we love others. I think this is the way of going ahead, and so I think it is a good option of becoming simply a very interesting person, VIP, very interesting person, and VIP, very important person, may happen, may not happen. That is up to the bigger picture of life. In our hands, we have those daily choices, these daily answers to whatever is asked from us, our commitment, our sincerity.
Thank you very much, Madam Skiba. Now, I have one question in mind, because in this audience there are students who are studying journalism and mass communication, and they are also into filmmaking. Now, you have such a vast experience of filmmaking, right from Europe to India, and obviously in other parts of the world. Can you spell out that one most distinct thing that you found in the Indian style of filmmaking, in reference to documentaries, because you have been making documentaries primarily, as compared to the filmmaking styles in Europe or elsewhere, which you would have noticed?
So you were asking, sir, about the style of filmmaking
in India as compared to Europe and in other countries, as per your experience?
What I may say is that India simply is the vibrant country, as you said it. It is your title. So the nature is vibrant, people are vibrant, people like the colors, the expressive way of being, the strong tastes, the sounds, aesthetics. They are of different types. It is because of the climate. The obviously the sun is very generous in this part of the world, so everybody gets like a sunny smile on the face and keeps going. In let's say western part of the world, the conditions are probably not of that warmth and well, the vegetation is very short in a year. We have just 3-4 months to grow the vegetables or the crops. So obviously there are a lot of struggles in the history, especially today. Everything gets flown to the country, but in the history, people really did not have anything to eat when the spring came. Because all the resources finished during the winters. So we've got all those fasting traditions. They are not of the conscious voluntary choices. They were simply because there was no food. So I believe Western or northern parts of the world, the struggle of life was really significant, and people became stronger in muscles. They obviously then liked those kind of aesthetics and subjects, something which is which can represent them. It's like India, a soft power versus the hard powers of you can say the Western world. So everything is, I see it in a very compassionate way. I really understand. Many times people ask me, oh, there are so many poor people in India, beggars, and who knows, I always say that, what, but here it is warm. It's all right. You will find the food. Food is everywhere. There are so many places which offer food for free. When I came to my country as a guest, now, I'm a guest for 22 years in Poland. So when I see in winter time, especially when I came to the big, wonderful, some hypermarkets, some big shops, full of lights, wonderful products on display, and quite a few poor people or families, which they just, took the minimum. They could not afford anything, little more or little bigger. And the children, asking parents, and they couldn't give them that. So I felt those people are really, really poor. In India, somehow, maybe it is because of, my connection, I don't feel that level of poverty. It's not that much pinching. It is always, whenever there is suffering, it is a very, very difficult thing to see. But, there is so much of giving here, so much of options. I still believe it's a little less hard comparing to those harsh conditions of the Western world.
There is a question by Madhav Sharma, who is assistant professor here and teaching filmmaking. So he has in fact put up 2 questions. I will read out the first question first. He has asked, in your opinion, what are the essential qualities that a filmmaker should possess, especially when somebody is making films in Indian subcontinent?
Hi, essential qualities. Probably probably being curious, extremely curious, being like a student, till the very end, that you never graduate any school. You are just curious and with the open mouth kind of look at things around and getting goosebumps, and being very being sensitive to the world around, obviously, but in that in that kind of humble way that you really don't know. You don't understand why something is happening the way it is happening. And you want to know why, and you want to learn, you want to reveal it somehow, you want to dig into it, you want to become an expert of the subject, which normally it would take years to study, but you have only maybe few months or few weeks, and you have to learn so much in that short period of time. So with full heart, with full brain, with embracing all opportunities and taking all the help. That's very, very important. We need the help of everything and everybody around. So let us not feel any shame of it. With the loving heart, with gratitude, let's take help and do the brave work, because yes, the world belongs to the brave, and filmmaker has to be brave. And that's probably one of the answers to the question. We have to be just brave, obviously a little insane in a sense of, investing our resources, our lives to something which we believe in, or which makes us puzzled or curious. I really cannot say, if I start analyzing why have I become a filmmaker, I don't know, as a very young girl, very very young student, maybe of my some primary schools level even. I just loved those films, and that was a time also in India. I think the television is different, on a different format. We did not have those entertaining television formats. We were more into educative television. Yeah, this was the television was as a national tool to uplift the general knowledge and the access to education, to art, and many venues of art, of life, not accessible to the simple human being. So I am a product of educational television. Of my young age, being in Poland, of my young days, which simply I could study see the world through the lenses of the cameras, the film cameras, the TV cameras, or whatever cameras of that era. I learned a great deal of the world and kept my curiosity, higher and higher. So I think this is essential.
Mother has one more question, which is about what kind of formidable challenges you faced during your work did you encounter, which in a way would have obstructed you in the realization of your artistic vision?
That's a quite important question and simple answer. The problem is only one, which is the funds, the money. We are unable to fulfill, the plan, you can say, which we sort of envisioned, or we aspire for, getting some fancy images, effects, getting some people who we would love to, or going to locations which we would like to. The funds, the lack of funds. Always the funds are squeezed to minimum. And many times we were giving our own fees as a filmmaker to the project to get the better lens, to get the better equipment. So without hesitation, me and my husband, I am fortunate of having, my husband as a cinematographer. So it's just, we were able to give up sometimes our fees totally and get something of a higher quality. So I think in such a situation, it is always workable. This I can assure you. It's always workable. If there is no money, we have to be more creative. We have to be more innovative. We have to be invincible. We cannot give up. We cannot give up. We have to find a way. And there is always a way. Please take my word. There is always a way. My husband, technician, cinematographer, he will object to it, I know. But as a creator of, I have a vast picture of doing things, and I edit also. I have learned editing quite early on because it was essential to kind of to give my own language to the to the film, to the TV content which I was working on. So, and I am quite good with this. So we have to find our strengths and then work with this. It's all workable. We are doing artistic things, partly, existential, but also creative. We are very much, it's something which we can always, enhance it, especially today, as the equipment is unbelievable. Technology of graphics, of effects, it is really got so much cheaper, so much accessible. We can do it. We can do amazing, things which are enjoyable by young ones, by all or elderly ones, by anybody. It is possible.
There is a question by Ishika Shaw. She is a student in second year. She has asked, how do you balance creative freedom with budget constraints while making your films?
Yes, thank you so much for the question. It's actually, we were just trying, I was just trying to convey the same, that it's exactly the less money, the more creativity. There is something into it. If obviously we will not have a Hollywood, budgets for documentaries or, in TV content. Yeah, there is always struggle because it is never easy to fulfill the producers' ideas or simply the need of the subject to bring the justice to the subject. We will always face this difficulty. So we have to be just either ready to give up, that I'm also telling you. If you need to give up, if you are not able to bring the justice to the subject, you give up. You say, not this time, maybe next time I will get the money. Next time I will come back to this subject. It happened to me. It's not, right now it was not possible. We made it after a few years. So all options are on the table. We have to just flexible way manipulate those constraints.
Yeah. Pramod, would you like to ask a question?
Ji, sir.
Yeah. Dr. Pramod Pandey, who's assistant professor here, he would like to ask. Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. I have a question from the student's point of view. Like, in order to explore your passion for any kind of an art form, one needs to have some sort of an experience with it. Now, when we talk about filmmaking, it's considered, generally, it's seen to be an art form that is usually expensive in comparison to some other art forms, and also requires efforts from the others. It cannot be like single person making a film, getting involved in the entire process. So if a student wants to explore or go in the depth of if whether he or she wants to get into filmmaking, what kind of advice, what kind of an advice would you give to that student?
How? Well, what I would say is we shall first see the resources around us. It means we are not alone if there are few more, individuals equally crazy or capable. Let's get together. Let's not aim too high in terms of some getting famous and rich and famous. Let's start learning process. It may take little time. It might not be very pleasant. That is also part of the game. The beginnings might not be, sometimes we have to give up something. For example, many times we have to give up the name as a creator because somebody else will take it because he gave the money into it. So let us not have a heavy heart about it. We have to learn. We have to earn it. So if you aim at art, if you aim at creativity, you have to be able to give up a lot in that sense. So I remember, I think most of the people I know, we were going through this as young filmmakers and young scriptwriters or directors. We were taken our credits off, and somebody else used it. So it's all right. After some time, this is just the stepping stone. Cut the nose off. Sometimes too long nose will hide the picture. So let's get humble and trustworthy of the other people whom we would like to approach, because normally in filmmaking we approach the people who already achieved something, either experts or some exemptional exemptional personalities, or even the in the fiction it would be some the film producer who speaks money, who aims at something else. So in that case, we really sort of have to balance our our position at the front of that bigger that VIP, as we were talking. So feeling that, okay, I am aspiring to become a very interesting and or whatever important person. I'm talking today to somebody bigger than me, somebody who is maybe my idol, or somebody who who was so brave, and I'm inspired by that person. Just feeling that humble honesty with ourselves. Not to, because see, the language is easy. You are saying we are aiming at the stars and this and that. I feel this is a corporate language. This is not the filmmaker's language. This is something we have to be little off the track. off the track. It's because we have already done that choice, that we have selected the film studies. We have gone to the, to the film school of DME. We have already gone off track. We are not on that earning bread and butter sort of activity, right? So because of that, some sacrifice is needed, bravery, whatever we can give to the process, asking for help, being shameless in that, I would say, asking for money even, asking for money for the film. Yes, that is a big skill we have to learn, asking for money for the film. Then, the sky is the limit, frankly.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you.
Madam Skiba, there's one more question by Dr. Manmeet Kaur, who is Associate Professor here in DME Media School, and her PhD is also on films. She has asked, from the context of inclusion of women filmmakers, how Indian film scenario you find different from other countries?
I believe that everywhere in the world, the female filmmakers will be in much smaller numbers than the male counterparts. For many reasons, obviously, it's not an easy work. It's quite, well, it is a risky thing, and it is something which demands the time, the travels, on the horizon, and many sacrifices and commitments. You won't be at home, in a way which you can decide on. Sometimes you have to just be ready to go or ready to do something. And so, women, we women, we like to be a little safer. So probably we like to have a profession or a job which is having some, time frame, so we can plan accordingly the day, the week, the month, year. And the filmmaker, it's a full mess. It's a full mess. You can't plan so much. Either you do both things together, that is also possible, that you choose, you have a kind of a profession of something which you can do in whichever mode, and then you be a filmmaker also. Or you just, try your luck in a way, be of the bold enough to get into that shoes of a person without any holiday. I always said that when people ask me, when do you have holiday? I said, my life is holiday. What are you asking for? I'm always on a completely, the schedule, which is, I cannot say, okay, at this time of the year, I will be available or I will be able to go somewhere. I don't know. We'll see. Whatever comes, that openness. And that is magnificent. In fact, if you ask me, all those teachings, which are, all those mindfulness and everything, they all ask for those skills which freelancer, a filmmaker who is on a freelance mode, has to simply incorporate into life. So that being ready, being willing to do something, to explore, to learn, that being a student of life throughout the life, that is a skill which, it comes with that risk, it comes with that risk. There's nothing without the price. Without the price, we can't do much. But the price is not that, it's not something regrettable. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Thank you, Margarita Skiba, for sparing so much time and talking to us in so details and very patiently taking up all the questions. There are many more questions lined up, but given the constraint again of the time that we have for this session, we won't be able to take up more questions. But definitely, we would like to interact more with you in the physical spaces since you are in Delhi. So whenever it's conveniently possible for you, we will invite you. We organize an international film festival every year with the name of Cinesta International Film Festival CP in November and December. And last year, if I can tell you, we received 3,600 films almost from 117 countries. So it's a big festival that we organize every year in collaboration with Deakin University, Melbourne, Australia. And there are so many other institutions becoming partners with us. So it was really nice listening to you. And there are certain such interpretations which were completely new to us, like the abbreviation of VIP, the way you interpreted it as a very interesting person. And also, as you said that you do not believe in luck, and you emphasized on risk taking, which I believe is very well accepted, particularly for the younger people. If they want to do something good in their life, they should always be ready to take risk. And the other traits that you emphasized on, like sacrifice, bravery, and I mean all these virtues which you told us. Obviously, all the teachers and the students should be willing to have all this as takeaway of this session, not only to becoming a good filmmaker, but also to become a good human being and to contribute to society in whatever capacity we can do. So I thank you once again to be part of this session, and thank you all the teachers and the students who are participating in this session and were contributing to the success of this episode 74 of Vibrant India series. Thank you all.
Thank you so much.
The first impression that comes to our mind about any college: tall buildings, big classrooms, large lobby areas, thick books, IT labs, assignments, class tests, and projects. Nothing besides that. Every hour, minute, second spent here help us carving and shaping our persona, cultivating innovative mindsets for the challenging world. Learning is a lifelong process. Sharing knowledge, inculcating values of life, spark the innovative horizons of mind. Fun and frolic is the nature of every nook and corner here. A daily dose of thrill we are sure to get here.